Hello, welcome back to the Peppers and Glow podcast. My name is Pamela, your host, and today I have a guest on the show. But before I introduce her, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed, liked, commented to any of my videos, or just the support and the love that you guys are giving me. So overwhelming. Thank you so much. So let me introduce my guest. This is how I personally know her. Yeah, I know her for about 10 years now, little over 10 years. I know her as a wife, a mom of two. I know her as a corporate girly, and above all, a Christian woman. So, Leonie, thank you so much for accepting my invitation. Welcome to the Peppers and Glow podcast.
Thank you, Pamela. I'm happy to be here. It's quite exciting to see how you've grown over the years, and also realizing that you're going on. You're going with the trend of having more and more things on where we can see you, and I'm so excited to see that you're doing this podcast because I like podcasts. So I'm so happy that I'm on a podcast for the first time. So yeah, I'm happy to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. How do you think? How did I introduce you? Did I get it right, or did I leave out something?
No,
that you
100%.
like?
I think you stole my line because I was like, I'm gonna introduce myself like that also. But then
Nice, really.
yeah. So I think you said it well. Yeah, you said it well.
So if I ask you to introduce yourself, what would you say?
I think I would have said the same.
Really?
Exact
Without-
same. Well, except with a few exceptions of but yeah. I mean, you said it. You said who I am, and yeah, I could have. I also yeah. I didn't actually know we know each other for that long. You see. I was checking through my phone the other day, and then I saw a picture of me and you when we were so skinny, and then I'm like, wow! But now that you say 10 years, it's really
makes sense,
yeah,
right?
it makes sense because we are not skinny anymore. So yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. Yeah, like knowing who you are also and how you've grown, and yeah, it's good to be here today.
So before we get deep into the podcast, I have a few icebreaker questions for you,
Okay.
so that I can get to know a little bit more about you. The viewers and the listeners as well can just get to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one is what is that one thing that always puts you into the mood, like into a good mood?
Definitely music.
Music.
Music is the one thing that puts me in a good mood. We have this thing in the car. We listen to music really loud. Yeah. So singing together, bit of dance moves, anything to get us up and about. We love music. So at home, especially when the kids know that, okay, so I've changed a bit lately of being the one that my music is more of a little bit of a pop and okay kind of music, and then dad is now with his local and whatever music. So when the kids are with me, we listen to certain music, which we dance around, silly music, and then when with dad they listen to other, and then sometimes they want to come listen to dad's music, and I'm like, no, I don't want to listen to that music. So yeah, so music really gets us up.
Do you have like a favorite, like a top, like you have to listen to this song on your drives, or like I can give an example of me. I like what's the song Good Day by Forrest Frank. I like it because whenever I'm in the car, my son always sings with me as well. So that's why I always put it on me. Like, do you have like a top favorite song?
I don't think I really have a top, but I do have my favorites.
Okay.
So like I said, I like pop music. And
do you have one that maybe you can mention?
Oh,
just randomly, no pressure.
Pamela, you're putting me now on the spot with that. I can say I like. What do I like? Oh, I like so much. So, but pop, definitely pop.
Definitely pop. Okay, let's leave it at that.
Yeah, because even the artists, it's also these young artists. But I'm also young. But let me not say too young. But then yeah. So, but definitely pop music, and then a bit of Definitely, I have my favorites for the, like, I do love Hill songs so much, and then but then that's not those that also gets me in when I'm feeling a bit down, and I know I can listen to that, and it will really lift my spirits. So,
true.
So definitely, yeah.
And do you have like a what? Like a dream destination or holiday place?
Oh yes. Oh, Pamela, too many, if I may say. So I do love traveling. That's the one thing I was even going to tell you today. You know, Pamela, that's the one thing that puts me in the mood. Traveling. Like, you go to work every day now and you're so tired, but if you have to stand up and to travel today, that really puts me in the mood. So my favorite, I don't really have a favorite because I haven't been to much places, but definitely if I have to go back to Cape Town, I love Cape Town. Like, I don't think I'll ever get tired enough of going to. I've been to Cape Town 2 times already, and it's just the best. So
I know.
I think I can keep on going back to Cape Town.
I know. I mean, Cape Town is one of those places that you can go back over and over and over and still not get the things done, because there are so many activities, so many things that you can go visit and be like, wow. Yeah. Or you could see something over and over and over, like for example, seeing Table Mountain or the ocean. Exactly. And you're like, wow. The next time you go sit, you're still like, wow. Wow. I know.
I think so, because I have traveled abroad, like Brazil, but then Cape Town. No, Cape Town is definitely something that I would go back to.
I always say that I think God had enough time to structure or to create Cape Town.
There's just something,
and there are a lot of things. It's not just one. It's not just the sea. It's not just the mountain
or the weather.
It's just everything.
It's everything combined. Everything. And the people and the food and the. Yeah, so that's definitely one place. I think I'll keep going back there.
Are you a morning person or are you like a night owl?
I'm definitely a morning person, because I struggle at night. Like, I'm the first one in bed at night. Okay. But I wake up first thing. I'm the first one up in the house. So, and I don't have a problem. Like, if I know I have to wake up, I'm out of the house. I'm up. I'm not moody in the morning or anything, and I can wake up super early also. But then at night, no, you won't find me saying proper sentences past 10. There's
past 9. I'm like out. Yeah, like, I'm like, don't ask me anything after 9, because I'm like out.
I know, definitely
out. Like,
yeah, no.
No. Do you have a favorite book and why? Or are you a movie person? Are you into books?
I am into books a bit, but okay, let me say like this. So I've been into books being from a young age. Okay. And then somewhere along the line, probably becoming busy with kids and stuff, I completely abandoned the books. And then I started, because, okay, let me explain it like this. So my husband loves books. And he's that type of person. He buys books like every other week. And then I'm like, we're not going to finish this. Literally, we were checking our books. And we're like, we need to get a book cupboard, because the books are all over the place. So he's gotten us into the habit of reading.
Oh, nice.
So when we go to the bookshop every other week, I buy my book, and then he buys his, and I'm like, I still haven't finished reading. But then, so I like movies also. I do have a thing of, I'm a couch potato. So I would also love being on the couch
as well. But you could be on the couch reading as well. So
but then now the part of the reading is sometimes you fall asleep because you're tired and you don't have a lot of time to read.
It depends on the book you're reading.
Also. But then, I do have currently I'm reading Breaking Barriers. It's a local book.
Yeah, I think it's on my list this year. Yeah.
No, I have it. I'm reading it. It's in my handbag. I have it always with me. Yeah. But I don't have it today. I don't think I have it today. But so I've been reading that. And then, I also have Viola David's book. Okay. So it's about her story and finding love. Yeah. Finding her true love, or finding herself. I think I even forgot the book. I was reading
I'm more on productivity and what do you call it? Mindset, business mindset.
Yeah, no, that's my husband also. So we also have a lot of those books. But now
you should try the book by Mel Robbins, Let Them Theory. Okay. It just came in now at exclusive exclusive books.
Okay.
I don't know if it came, but
Okay.
it's on. That's my next book. Definitely, it's gonna
Nah.
be my next book.
I've also been reading Atomic Habits. I've also been reading that.
Nah.
Yeah, so that was my previous.
Do you have like how do you call it? Do you have like a goal, like this year I'm gonna read 20 books?
No.
You just read for the sake of reading?
I think I'm at the point of just reading now for the sake of reading and at least getting a book in. Yeah, but I'm not at the point of I need to read how many books and no.
I have a goal. I have a goal, certain books I want to read per year. At least read one book per month.
Yeah, that's actually a good goal.
Like just one book per month. I'm now reading Why Didn't They Tell Me This? With Julia Smith. Yeah, love it so far. So far I'm understanding about how the brain works.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. I'm just at chapter 3, but I'm like, okay, and it's touching places where
that you didn't know.
Yes.
I can.
And also the fact that I started journaling this month. So
because that was one of your questions, I think, and then it was like self-help routines, and then I was like, what is self-help routine? Because we do things every day. They're like, what is it about? But then I was like, let me Google this first, because you do things for yourself, but you don't really call them self-help routines or whatever. And then I said journaling was one of them. And it's like, journaling also sounds good. I haven't been writing in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't. I used to when I was little.
No?
But when I don't know how I just stopped.
Or a person, probably just your phone and everything now. Because we're all...
No, I went to journal in the wrong way. I wasn't journaling for the right purposes. I was journaling, like dear diary.
I used to do that. So is that what they call journaling?
No, that's not journaling.
No, that's not journaling.
I think that's not journaling, or at least not the right type of journaling.
Yes.
I used to do that until now. I'm like, now we do it for
the right reasons.
Yeah, for the right reasons.
To understand
yourself, understand what really goes in within yourselves and things like that. Can you please tell me a little bit about yourself and your love story?
Okay, so a little bit about myself.
Yeah.
I think you took that, but yeah. I've been married for quite some time now, 13 years.
Nice.
And I think I married at a really young age. And looking back today, I've grown so much.
Yeah.
So I think I'm still finding myself, finding out what are my likes and my dislikes. I don't think that will ever end, because
it won't.
With the older you get, when you were younger, you liked something, a certain type of thing, but now that you're older, you also like something else. So I'm not really saying that I know who I am completely, but then I have learned a lot along the way. Yeah, so I'm a mom of 2. I have a beautiful daughter and a son. And that's the thing. I'm becoming now a mom of teenagers. So before I used to be a mom of toddlers and then kids, but now I'm becoming a mom of teenagers. So I'm also evolving into being another type of mom now. And then, we've been, like I said, we've been married now for 13 years, but we've known each other since 17, being 17.
What's your high school sweetheart?
High school sweetheart. So actually we met at a wedding. Can you believe it? Yeah, I met my husband at a family
Not like
wedding.
you guys were like in the same high school?
No. Because my husband was staying in another town.
Okay.
And then we went to a wedding, like, because how do you say it? We share a family, but we're not family.
Yeah.
But then we met each other at a family wedding, and then we just connected. And then I told him, like, no, we're not gonna have a relationship. You don't stay in my city, and this is not gonna work. But then he was like persistent. No, we're definitely gonna date. And then we had a long distance relationship for like a year, and then we've been together since we're 17. So yeah, after high school we just continued to date until now. And got married. We gone and got married, and then, like I said, I got married at a really young age. So because we had our daughter young also, and then we took it from there, and we're still here. We're going strong.
Okay, can you please share your experience of your wedding day? How was it like for you getting married at a very young age? How was it like for you?
I think I told you the other day that when you first spoke to me about this, and then I was like, I said, but I remember how it was, and I'm like, oh my goodness, Pamela, you're taking me back now. and I love weddings. I love going to weddings. It's like the most happiest thing for me.
Aww.
So I love it when people invite me to their weddings and stuff. So when I was thinking back about my wedding day, it's mixed emotions.
Okay.
Because of course it was a happy moment, but then there were also moments like I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because it went by so fast, and
because you're in the moment, experiencing it live. So
because let me give you an example. I don't think I ate on my wedding day. I probably ate just like nothing, because I was like so stressed and wanting everything to work out. So I remember waking up the next day.
Do you have a wedding planner?
No, I did not have a wedding plan. Let's start there. I didn't have a wedding plan.
Okay.
So,
but did you at least have somebody in the family that was like taking charge?
To start with, me and my husband and my mom and my mother-in-law. Basically, we planned the whole wedding.
Okay.
And then, of course, family also helps.
Yeah.
But then, because we also got married back then, I don't think we were really exposed that much to, oh, you need a wedding planner, oh, you need this person and that type of thing. So, yeah, it was more like that. So, yeah, the four of us planned it. The thing also about us getting married, when we got married, we didn't really know that we were going to get married that year. Like, we probably knew we were going to get married like 3 months before we got married. That's how quick it was.
So you had like 3 months of planning.
Yeah. So it wasn't like, oh, we're going to get married next year. No, we literally just at a point like, no, we need to get married because we know we need to get married soon. And then we were like, okay, when are we going to get married? Okay, let's get married in September. And then that was like in July. And then we started planning the wedding. So, yeah.
So that was your approach of wedding planning.
Yes.
Like, let's get married in September.
Yes.
July. And that was it.
And that was it. And then we started now.
But was it a beautiful experience though?
It was really exciting because, okay, let me start like this. So, nobody in my family is really married. Like, a lot of the young people, okay, that time we were really young, so no young people. It was like still the bigger people, the older generation getting married. And so when we were getting married, we were like the first young couple getting married. So it was really taboo, strange for our families, because they didn't really understand why do we want to get married at such a young age. So it started off with fights, like, why are you only getting married? No, you're too young to get married. No, and obviously it was also a reverse type of way of starting your life, because we had a child and now we're getting married and we still have to go study. We just finished school. We have to go work. We have to go study. How are we doing this whole thing backwards by getting married first?
But marriage is a good thing. I say that I also get that, because when I was getting married, they're like, no, you're too young to get married. You are what? And I was like, I'm getting married.
Exactly.
Even though I'm young, I don't think I was that young, but maybe I am.
How old were you?
I was 23 when I got married.
That's still young. That's still very young.
But yeah, I did have that. I did have the pressure or the words from the family as well. So I do get it when you say that when the family members.
Yeah, they didn't understand.
They didn't understand.
And I think they were also fearful of what if it doesn't last. Yeah. I think that was the main thing, because then you have to go through a lot of other things again.
Yes.
So it was kind of them also protecting you in some way, but then they didn't understand why. 100%. So so that was the whole planning thing. So we planned the wedding like only 3 months before we got married. And it was really stressful. I think it was the most stressful time of my life.
How many guests did you have at your wedding?
That is a question I get a lot. When we always come to family gatherings and stuff, people always ask me, how many guests you have? And I can't say for sure, because I know the hall could only like take 200-ish people, honest. So I don't know if we went over, because I remember one cousin bringing 5 of his friends. So I was like, why would you bring 5 friends extra? So I don't know how many guests.
Did you have a guest list though?
No.
Okay, so it was like
open. It was open. Pamela, the thing with us also now, we're such a big family.
Okay.
So,
but why would you get a smaller hall if you have a big family?
No, the thing was, I wanted few people.
Okay.
And then it ended
They showed up.
People just show up. And I think with our family, it was more a type of thing like, I have to come. I'm your auntie, even if I haven't seen you in 5 years. So then the auntie comes that I haven't seen in 5 years. And then I also like, and then I even forgot people that I wanted to invite. And then, so there was invitations, but then I don't know what happened. People just showed up.
Yeah.
And because it was so close to where everybody stayed, if you have a wedding far, you can control how many people come to your wedding.
True.
But then
you won't have a lot of gate crashing.
Yeah, but having a wedding like in the city, close to where everybody stays, it's a bit difficult. So
everybody would want it, like even the neighbors, friends.
Yes. Because my mother-in-law was like, her neighbors have to come. My mom was like, I don't know, I think she invited a colleague also, and so it ended up being a lot of people.
But it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
At the end of the day,
it was so much fun.
You forgot to eat.
And I forgot to eat,
But I understand because it's a lot of things going on in your mind, the nerves, everything.
Stress. It was a lot of it was actually very stressful also. So at the end of the day, when we woke up the next morning, we were like, we forgot to eat and we're so hungry now, and we're looking for all that food that we didn't eat. But
I like to pack for my couples, like just something and then put in the car so that they can just go eat afterwards. Sometimes the siblings, they do that. But I understand you guys got married like 13 years ago.
Wow.
And congratulations on 13 years.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Almost 13.
It's 13. Is this year, right?
13 is this year.
It is 13.
Yeah. Because the months are anyway going by so fast, so we'll be 13 in no time.
Nice. Beautiful. You said nice is not a word. Beautiful. True. Looking back at planning your wedding, is there anything that you would have done differently?
A lot.
Okay.
That is a question I always think of, like, and maybe that's the part where one day when my daughter gets married, I'll be like that mom that everything has to be planned accordingly, because it wasn't that for me.
Please don't be.
No, I'll definitely be her support system.
Okay.
She'll definitely have that.
Okay.
But for me, I think that the things that I regret not having done was also living in the moment.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing, because I wanted to really experience how it felt being married, just being in that moment, really taking it in.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't have, because everything. Or you do have the pictures today, but
I was about to ask, do you have wedding pictures?
I do have.
Did you have a good photographer though?
No, not really. So because again, getting married really young, we had a friend do our photos.
Okay.
And then, sad story.
They got lost.
Yeah. Not even lost. The computer crashed where all the photos were on. So we could get photos, but we didn't get all the photos.
Okay.
So, but that was the sad part. But that comes with getting somebody to do it for free, nah?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Because we were so grateful at that time that he could take pictures for us, and then. Afterwards,
and you don't like predict in your mind the computer's gonna crash, and your mind is not there. You're like, thank you so much.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So we did have pictures. I have an album at least.
I don't have.
No, you remember those years? It was now in fashion to have album, like you go and print out those lots and lots of photos, and I have an album, but it's not a big album, so
maybe I should go print them. I do have the pictures. They're just not of
what
standard.
Is it?
They're just not
pictures that I was back then, most
that's why
not the pictures of today.
That's why
detailed dress. You know how the people take pictures today of a detailed dress. My dress is just halfway taken a picture. The rest of the dress, I don't even know how it looked like anymore. I'm like, why did you take a picture like that? But okay, that's another story.
With tears in my eyes, because I know how it feels like. That's for me a deal breaker. If a wedding, especially if I'm planning a wedding, if we don't get a good photographer, then don't count me in. If you can afford me to use my services, then you can
afford
a good photographer, because that's one thing you'll have for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
So it's good to invest in a good photographer.
It is. I think that is the most number one.
And I speak on from personal experience. So I want them to have like good pictures.
Yeah, I think that's even more on top of food. You place photography there after the dress or something, because what are you gonna do? You're not gonna remember the food. You're gonna remember the pictures.
100%.
Yeah.
But also you need the food. Yes, I know pictures comes first, but food also. You want your guests to have like a good experience.
100%. That was at least really. Everybody ate at my wedding.
Yeah,
they
loved it. Everybody talks about the food.
And not
What's
really.
your caterer?
No, we used to have like aunties back in the days. I don't know who cooked the food.
But your mom and your mother,
they made a plan. My aunties, they made a plan. I also had somebody, because I remember we went to see somebody for food, but then it didn't work out, and then the aunties were like, no, we're cooking the food. You know, those aunties, they also feel so happy when somebody can come cook the food. They can cook, they want to be in charge of that. So but everybody ate. I didn't have a complaint of, no, we didn't get food or stuff like that. No, everybody
That's
ate.
really good, considering that there were a lot of people, even in the plus ones. They were still catered for. That was good. That was a good wedding.
It was. But I have to tell you a funny story. And please, you have to put the story in. I don't know how you're going to cut it, but then please put the story in. So
I should put it in.
It should be there, because it was really a funny story. So one uncle of my husband, because he kind of raised my husband also, and he was like, no, my husband and them have to go to the south, like to Kitmans or somewhere there close by, and go get sheep. And then I'm like, okay, sheep is much just a sheep, we must just get it here. No, the uncle was like, no. You have to come get the sheep. And now I'm thinking, okay, who's gonna go get like sheep that are already slaughtered? No. 6 sheep showed up at my mother-in-law's house, like the Sunday before the week of the wedding. So we stayed with 6 sheep at home in Kommasdal in the garage, and they had like food for the whole week to be alive still. So we had sheep at home in the city, in the location, and then one day one of the garage door was left open, and one sheep was running in the streets of Kommasdal.
So you had to like chase after the sheep? Okay, not chase, but
they had to. And
but why though? Why live
I don't know. The uncle was like, no, come get your sheep. And the sheep, because they probably also wanted to use the food to slaughter only in the week, so when the preparation started was fresh. Until now, I don't know whose decision it was to keep live sheep. In Windhoek.
Kommasdal.
Oh my goodness.
Running
around in the street, and then we had to, I don't know who had to go buy a haystack and feed them for the week. It was a funny story. It was so funny. And then all I can remember, there was a sheep running up there in Kommasdal Street, and I'm like, and the cars were like dodging the sheep, because why is a sheep here in the city? That truly happened. So it's always a funny story to tell. So,
I'm trying to picture it.
it was so funny. So we had live sheep until Wednesday.
The day before,
Like maybe until the Wednesday before the Saturday, and then only they decided to slaughter. Yeah.
But at least you have good meat. You had a lot of
we had a lot of meat. So that's why I think the food was enough.
What is the biggest lesson that marriage has taught you so far?
Patience. Patience. Compromise a lot. You have to compromise, and then communication. I was reading something the other, like 2 weeks ago, I think, a while back, about communication, that the biggest problem people have in their marriage is not the infidelity or the financial problems or even a loss of a loved one, like a mother or child or anything. The biggest problem why people are getting divorced is communication. Communication is the number one problem. And what I've learned so far is, over the years, is the way I communicate. Has changed so much from when I started. Remember when we started, we were young adults. So we still were figuring out ourselves. And then getting married, I'm my own person, he's his own person. we don't understand each other, and we definitely didn't communicate properly. So it's one thing I've learned over the years is how we communicate. How do we talk to one another? Some days are still tough.
Yeah.
But then there have been so much better days after finding out how to communicate with your person. Compromise also, because it used to be a thing of it needs to be my will.
I mean, you're from different backgrounds, so two people, two different with two backgrounds, personalities coming together.
Exactly.
So you've got to make it work.
You got to make it
compromise.
Work. Compromise, not always wanting it to be your way. And women also have that thing, because I was raised by a single mother, so she taught me to be independent. And then now I'm here, I have to submit to my husband. I need to listen to he has to lead us. He's the head of the house. He's the pillar. And then now he makes a decision and I'm not really approving of it, but then I need to compromise in the sense of that I need to let it play out and let us see where it takes. Even if I'm a bit afraid in the background, then I'm allowing him to take the decisions as the head of the house. So that has taught me a lot to compromise. It's not only about me, and and a lot of patience. You need to have patience, because sometimes a person gets so stressed, Pamela, and then you're like, you want to lose it. There are days you're like, literally, what did I even think to get married? But then you tell yourself that no, but this is my person, so he's different, he's not going to be the same like me. So that has taught me a lot about being patient, and and also it helps for the kids also, having kids. So
that was my next question. How do you balance being a wife, a mom, and having a corporate job as well?
It's not easy. I don't know if anybody can say that it's easy. No, I don't.
But you make it look so easy.
No, Pamela, there are days I want to like really just run and hide and put my head in the sand and not listen to anything or anybody. It's difficult, Pamela. Probably with the stages it gets better, because you learn to manage it better. But then. And I don't know how I did it when I was younger. But then...
Because my son is all over me. Like when we get into the house, it's like... I'm like, at the moment...
He's behind you.
I'm his favorite person. He's like, all over. I'm like, how do you...
No, my kids are... And I think that he's going to be like that for a while. Because my kids still do that.
Oh.
Because dad can be there... But then mom, everything. And I'm like, do you only see me in the house? Am I the only parent here? And then I'm also coming to the stage where I'm now, ask your dad. Ask your dad. Ask your dad. Dad has to start, ask him. I don't know. So balancing is still difficult.
Still navigating around.
And I think we're also now in our mid years, or the most like busy years of our lives. So
to structure the future.
So it's really difficult, but I always tell myself this too shall pass. I've heard it before and I'm like, it's not going to be like that forever. My kids were small and I loved them. I miss my babies, but then it passed and now they are a bit big, and now it's attitude in the house and everybody's figuring out who they want to be, and I'm enjoying this now because I know it's gonna pass. And then I'm gonna have an adult soon. My daughter's gonna be an adult in 4 years. So then I'm like, it's gonna pass also. So she's gonna become an adult. So I try and just say I take it a day by day. Especially in work also. It becomes stressful, but my main focus really is I want to be happy at home. Because work is just work. Even if it's your career, it's your dream, it's everything you ever wanted. But when you come home, you're somebody's mom. When you come home, you're somebody's wife. So
and you still need to be you. You're still a daughter. I still need to be
exactly. I need to call my mom. So I need to talk to my sister. I need to. So I try and make time in that sense of, even if it's a minute or 2 minutes that I'm calling my mom, even if it's just checking up on my sister, even if it's
Spending time with your children.
And that is my main. I love to spend time with my family. So for me, it's no hassle that, I have to cut from work. No, I leave my work at work and I come home, and I'm happy to come home. I sometimes hear of people that they love being at work, and it's not nice when it's weekends because then they don't know what to do. I have heard of people like that because it's so boring on weekends because they have to be at home. And I'm like, no, I love my house. Any given day, I love to be at home, but I'm also glad that I can work, because I think it would have been so much, just like you do so much for others, but then you don't do for yourself. So I love going to work and at least having that where I'm my own person. Now at work, I'm not a mom. I'm still a mom, but then at least I'm now somebody for something else.
I understand.
So that's I find the balance in that I switch off when it's time to switch off here, and I switch on when it's time to switch on here.
And also I like the fact that you said that you take it one day at a time. And it shall pass.
It shall pass. It shall. So I focus in the day today. I'm not so stressed about where do I need to be. I'm in the timeline. I'm not where I need to be. Because already for me, my life started differently than the normal of going to school, graduating, studying, or whatever.
I mean, everybody has our journeys are different. So that was your journey.
So for me, I'm not stressed that I'm not here where I need to be right now in my career, because I'm like, no, I already started differently, so I know
you're doing well.
I'm happy where
I don't know much, but from the outside, so far so good.
So far so good. I'm not pulling my hair out or anything. No, I'm fine. I'm really doing well. So but
how do you then take time just for you, just you for you, because you need that for your mental well-being.
I do.
Everything is upon you. You get overwhelmed. So how do you do that?
You definitely do get overwhelmed.
Manage your feelings and how everything's happening.
You know, Pamela, that it's actually a good question. But then, for me, when growing up, I was a bit depressed at a young age. I was depressed because my dad died when I was young, and it was really difficult for me. And you see, that also started at the beginning of my marriage. I was depressed and stuff. But now, I really take care of my mental health in the sense of meditation. I meditate a lot on the Word of God. And I know that has been the center of being healthy in my mind. Because I know I was depressed before I met God, and then when I met God, I was completely changed. So for me, I believe that having a relationship with God, you have another type of a connection, and you can really pray about it. You can pray about if you're not, and exactly if you're not feeling well today to go to work, I pray. I'm not in the mood to go to work because I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, but then I pray. And it hasn't affected my mental health in a sense of, I don't want to stand up now. I want to lie under the covers for 3 days or whatever it would be. So he has been the center of me, and he has kept me sane. He has kept me healthy. He has kept me... We still struggle.
It's not going to be
it's not easy.
Walk in a park.
So I still have to remember to drink water, exercise. I see you exercising every day, and I'm like, oh, Pamela, please. And then I need to also exercise, and then sleep enough hours.
Sleep is important.
Sleep is so important.
Sleeping enough hours is
Pamela,
important.
I won't lie to you. There was a time in my life when I thought it was okay to brag of not getting enough sleep. I was literally like that. No, I only slept like 4 hours, and like I'm busy.
I'm still okay.
But now, no. If you sleep 4 hours, that's your problem. I value sleep. I value that, and I think as you grow older, it's also something that I need to rest. The body needs to rest.
And your mind also. I feel like when you wake up after a good sleep, you're like rejuvenated. You are like, I can do this. It's good for the mental well-being as well.
It is. So I was also asking my husband, what do you think I do for self-care? I like to go to the salon, I like to do my nails, because I feel like you need to pamper yourself.
100%.
Because when I love doing shopping, retail therapy is definitely on my self-care. So no, it's true. And so that's what I do for myself. I think you need.
What do you shop though? I'm asking because I'm somebody who doesn't really buy clothing. But other little things I'm in.
Nah?
Like plants, what that I'll go do. Not so much plants because most of my plants they die. But
no, I'll definitely have to come give you a plant now and then.
Yeah, because
no, I have plants. I have 4 plants, but they're still alive. So I'm doing something right.
I do have plants, but they just die most of the time.
But how long do they die? Do they die like after like a short time?
No, like after a very long period of time. Like I even started a garden thing at home. I'm trying. Your love language?
I think so.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love buying clothes for my husband. I love buying clothes for my kids.
Yeah.
I just like them looking good.
Yeah.
I'm getting into the habit of buying for myself now.
Okay.
Because my kids are a bit older now, so I'm like, no, you got last month or 2.
Do they pick for themselves or do you pick for them?
No, they don't allow me to pick for them anymore.
Okay.
But I think I have a good sense of style, but then they don't like me picking. Oh, especially my daughter. She's now at the age of I'm not picking anything for her. But then when she's in the shop, she wants my opinion. But then she like jots it down like, no, I don't want that. But she still wants my opinion. But then she's like, no, I don't want what you chose for me. And I'm like, fine.
Teenagers.
Yeah. So I like to buy clothes and then I'm into interior lately. I love things and I want it to be like exactly like the book. And then so shop, that's more for my self-care.
Okay.
So I've also been into facial things lately. Like I want to pamper my face. I can stand in Discam for like 2 hours and it's okay.
Please don't talk about Discam.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something in Discam. Like you just go in Discam and
you don't want to get out.
Everything in Discam. Like I tell you, you go into Discam to buy one thing.
No.
You come out with a whole trolley. Like how is that possible?
How is that even possible? And you feel you need everything that they have. Even if it's a simple thing, and I'm not sure, but it's becoming like a thing. It's like every month I need something in Discam that I didn't have before. And you can have 4 different type of shower gels, but it's still not enough. You need another one because this one smells nicer for the night bath and So
but I think I'm disciplined kind of in that way because I'm that person. Like I have this watch, for example, until something goes wrong, then I'll get another one. Until my shower gel is like done, then I need to go get another one. I'm like that type of person. Like until I see my shoes are like, okay, not shoes, let me not lie, but I don't really buy shoes. My husband
you told me once and I'm like, oh my goodness, that is amazing. Like I think it would have relieved so much stress like if my husband can just buy my clothes also.
He buys, he's the fashionista.
But he has a good eye because you have a good sense of fashion.
Oh, he has a good sense of fashion.
Yeah? Oh yeah, the both of you. But
I get dressed by him most of the time. Most of the time, if you see me, I always say, if you see me looking good, just know that it's not
your husband. But then I will definitely give him the compliments because he has a good sense of.
Thank you. So on his behalf, thank you. So
no, you can tell him. I always tell him that when I find him, Alice, you're looking good,
and he loves to look good. He knows my style. He always gets it right. That's why I'm like, okay, in this department, I'm sorted. So let me focus on something else.
No, that's good.
I think that's where I'm.
I think style and then cooking would have been really nice to also have a husband that can cook. He can also really cook good food.
Like good food.
Like normally he does Friday nights, like because we don't do takeaways. So then he will like, okay, tonight I'm making us like burgers. What do you call those other things, like Mexican food or something?
How is your support system being like just support system? Do you get the support that you feel like you need, or do you feel like alone doing things on your own, or do you have the support system from the children, from the family, from your husband? Do you feel like you have that? I
do feel I have that because my husband is my number one support system. He is everything for me. I rely on him a lot. So my kids are still not at the age of where they can really support me, but if in terms of they bring so much joy to me, I think that is also a type of a support.
I agree.
They really
Do they help out at home?
They do. I give my kids chores.
Chores, okay.
So they definitely help out at home.
Just to ease some of the things?
No, definitely.
Okay.
My son has been doing so much chores lately because he's a bit younger. So we used to always have that. No, he's not doing a lot of chores, but now he's really getting into it. And I'm so like, I'm happy to see that he's becoming more independent. And I also have a support system from my in-laws and my mom also. You know, if ever I can't make it to pick up the kids, I know I can count on them. So it has relieved so much of having a lot to not feel overwhelmed. So my mother-in-law has helped me raise my kids, especially when they were younger. So because she's a stay-at-home mom, so she had a lot of time on her hands. So so I have a good support system.
Tell me, do you feel like social how do I put it, social expectations somehow influenced your marriage or career in some way?
You know, that's a really good question. I was actually looking at that question. I'm like, you know, some people would say, no, it's a bad thing for social media to influence your home or your family, but it also has its benefits. So, of course, you don't want to take the bad side of what people are doing out there, but then there are also good sides of what people are doing. I told my husband the other day, he's a really good father. And I think also seeing how other dads are with their kids, it's not the traditional way that we were raised. Because our parents were like, there was a distance a bit. Like our parents were providers. They would provide for us school. They would provide us food, and that was it. They were not like, especially for me, because my dad was there for just that purpose. He was a provider, but then I don't remember him teaching me how to ride a bicycle, or if I liked to paint or something, and he was there, or he was at a netball match or anything of like that. But the way my husband is now with his kids, it's completely different. And I think social media or social aspects has been a good influence in that area. In the sense of that he could see other dads also doing it, and then probably thought, no, I also want to do that with my kid, and then obviously that happened. So it's a different time from where our parents were with us. And so I think it has its good aspects. I do think so. So that has helped a lot in the sense of also for me as a mom. I value more how to raise my kids now with morals and values because of what I've learned, and also having to see that there's a thing called mental health. There's a thing called how to take care of your self-health, self-care and stuff. So that has helped a lot in a good way, that I need to focus on that areas of my kids' lives also, and not just be there. I'm the mom, clean the house, clean this.
This is how I was raised. This is how things are gonna be. This is my house.
This is my house, or those type of stuff. So it has helped a lot in seeing how the world also. And I think after COVID, it really picked up. People were like, because I think before COVID we knew social media, but we didn't use it to its full potential of what we're seeing today. So it really has made a difference, and I think I'll keep on using what is good.
And leave out the bad.
Definitely leave out the bad parts of it, but then I'll definitely use it to my advantage. My husband always tells my kids that if you don't understand something, Google it. You're not going to be there. Like, think of us when we were at school. We didn't have Google, so if you didn't know that,
what is easy access?
So if you didn't know an answer, you go fail tomorrow if you don't know how to figure it out. But then now our kids today, you know what I was doing today? We're teaching our son how to ride a bicycle, because we got him a bicycle for his birthday, and then we Googled it. How to teach somebody how to ride a bicycle, and it's easy because now we have that.
What do you Google? You don't know how to ride bikes?
No, my husband does, but he wasn't at home. And then I'm like, how are we going to figure this out? And he really wanted now to go do this morning.
The dad was not there.
So I was like, okay, let's see how.
And it's a Saturday, so I understand.
So I was like, easy steps, how to ride a bicycle, and then we were there training, and he got a hang of it a bit, but still a bit loose. I think it still takes some time.
journey.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna fall.
Yeah, and
he's gonna go back.
He's so afraid to fall. He's so afraid to fall.
And that is inevitable, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And do you know how to ride a bike?
No, you know us. We were raised in those traditional ways. Don't know how to swim. Don't know how to ride a bike. But I think I want to start doing lessons for swimming.
Swim lessons. Okay.
I can swim a little bit. Like I can go in the ocean and stuff, but not too far. And not like underwater swimming. On top, but not underwater.
Underwater swimming.
Yeah, like completely submerged. Yeah. So I still want to learn how to do that properly. But no. So use it to your advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, use it to your advantage, definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's always a good side and a bad side to something. Use the good side. It will help.
True.
Yeah, it will help.
Very, very, very true. Do you have goals?
Yes.
How do you stay motivated to pursue your goals?
I have so many goals. One thing I've read again about goals, write your goals in pencil. So that's what somebody said. I read it. Let me just quickly think. And then write your goals in pen and your strategies in pencils.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it said. So I definitely.
Is that a title of a book, or is like?
No, it was in the book itself. I don't remember what it was, but then it said that you need to do that because your strategies can change.
True.
Whether you want to do something in a different way, it can. You say you have a goal to achieve this. I have a goal to study. So studying, the goal is there. But then I tried to study a bit earlier on in life, and it didn't work out. And then I was like, how am I going to do this? Because I still had younger kids, and it was really stressful. But then I changed it now to, I wrote my strategy in pencil. So where I went to class like after work, now I'm studying online. So that's how I changed it.
Yeah.
So definitely I do have goals. There are things I want to achieve. I don't want to work for somebody forever.
But how do you stay motivated though to eventually?
Yeah, to get there. Definitely you need to have a plan.
Okay.
So planning towards something, and like I told my husband the other day, we need to take the risk. Because if you have a goal, but you're also in your comfort zone and you don't want to take a risk, it's not going to pay off.
True.
So that's definitely
they
something.
say that the distance between your goals and you is action.
Yes.
Or risks. If you don't take risks, I mean, you don't take the action, nothing will happen.
Nothing will happen. So definitely have goals, definitely have plans. Also don't want to work until 60. That's definitely in the cards. And just somebody once said, I think it was my teacher, said that if you sacrifice now, you will be able to enjoy later. Okay. So working hard now towards getting to my goals so that we can definitely enjoy it later. Yeah, so there are goals. There's goals for career. There's also goals for family and goals. Yeah, I think that's also important. That's also another thing. People tend to only have goals for their career. And then they don't tend to have goals for family. Or for themselves. So I definitely try and put I have career
each and every area of your life.
Exactly.
Nice. So interesting. How do you like? Somebody now I started. I think it was last year and this year. I heard of it. I heard of the system before, but last year and this year I'm trying to practice it. The 12 week year. It's whereby you plan you plan. Literally in 12 weeks, whatever you want to achieve, instead of planning it like in a year, then you write three goals, for example, that you want to achieve. Then you have to achieve them in the 12 weeks. Instead of achieving
that's a really realistic type of a way.
Then you have 4 trimesters in a year. You have 4, like basically after you finish your 12 week, it's like you're starting another year. Then you have to work hard to achieve your goals within those 12 weeks. Then you come to the 3rd trimester, in the 3rd quarter.
That actually makes so much makes sense.
And it helps you get goals done. Like, let me say you want to start a podcast or you want to grow your YouTube channel, for example. How do you do it? Then you write how you're gonna, you have a goal, then your strategy, like you're talking about. How am I gonna start the podcast? What do I need? What am I gonna do? Where am I gonna post it? Then you write it down. Then you keep ticking off every week. You have like to tick off things that you have done. By the end of the 12 weeks, then you know that I have worked very hard to achieve this goal that I wrote down. Let me say I want to lose a certain
amount of weight.
Then what are you going to do? I'm going to work every day. I'm going to eat healthy. Then every week you keep ticking, like every day I have daily habits that I try to tick off. Then you are ticking off. Then you know that once per week, then you rate yourself and be like, okay, I have reached my goal 80%. It's okay to miss a day or two. I think it's habits that you are trying to build. To build.
And I think I saw it somewhere, 12 weeks to build a new habit.
Yes. I think it's a whole book. It's like everywhere. 12 weeks. I didn't read the book myself. Like I only saw it on podcast and YouTube, but I've never really read the book myself. I still read the book, so I better understand it for myself. But
that makes sense, because remember when we look at that ladder of, you know, the person is down here and there's ladders up there and the step or the steps are there and the goal is up there, and then the person always says, no, like the big steps, but the tiny ones in between. So those can like be like the 12 steps or 12 weeks of going somewhere, and then you see you moved to a next level, instead of then just thinking I'm here and I need to be there and I don't know how to get there and it's impossible. Realistic goals, definitely they need to be realistic, because sometimes it also used to be a thing of me. I used to set goals that are unrealistic, and then I would be disappointed in myself that I didn't reach those goals. So and it's consistency, also taking the time to keep on improving.
100%. One thing I like about the 12-week year as well is that, you know, the way I think or reason, why I think it makes sense. You know, you have like, okay, let me say my 2025 goals. You have these goals by June, July. A lot of people are not really putting effort into that goal anymore. They're like, I'm gonna do it next month. I'm gonna do it next month. Next month, until you find yourself December.
It's December.
You didn't do anything. But with the 12-week year, you've got like, I've got to tick off this week. What did I do to achieve the goal that I set? Because you only have got 12 weeks to achieve whatever you want.
And they go by quick.
And they go by very fast. You're like, wasn't I just on week 1? Now I'm already at week 7 or week 12, you know, or 10. But it really helps, and it helps you get a lot done. By the end of the year, you are like, wow.
You've achieved a lot.
You have achieved a lot as well. One thing I can share as well is another strategy I like to use. I heard of it, YouTube. You always, when you set your goals, you always look at yourself. Maybe you're setting 2025 goals. You write them as if you're in December. In December, like, I want to
achieve this,
do that, and then you walk backwards.
That makes sense.
With the strategies that you're talking about, go with a strategy, go like that. It really makes sense. Helps. Once you're in December, you'll be like, okay, this I've achieved, this, So what advice would you have to young people that are in the having a similar path like you?
That's always a question that person wonders. What advice
would you give? Or what advice? I think the better way to phrase it is, what advice would you give to the younger you?
To the younger me. I think, you know, the thing also, when you just said it now, it's like, I rather not say what advice I would give to somebody. I always think about my daughter and what I would want for her. And then what advice I would also give for my younger self is to be patient with yourself. Because many times, or to anybody listening to the podcast, or be patient with yourself. I think we tend to be really hard on ourselves. If we see the other people going a certain way in their life and our life is not going that way, we tend to be really difficult on ourselves. And
hard on yourself.
And it has consumed society so much that's where suicide comes in.
True.
Because I didn't make it in life. I don't feel I'm worthy to be here, or I don't have any plans or any dreams, or even if you're coming from a difficult background. So don't be too hard on yourself. That's
not that deep.
It's not that deep. I like that. I really like that saying. And so be patient with yourself. Give yourself the time that it needs. Build on your life. It's brick by brick. until you get that wall up, it's gonna take time. It's gonna be day by day. They're gonna be difficult days. They're gonna be good days. They're gonna be bad. They're gonna be impossible days. There are gonna be days that you have anxiety and you feel stress, but then it's gonna pass also. So don't be too hard on yourself. And also another thing that I am tending to do more, loving myself, because I think that's also another thing. We give so much to others that we don't give to ourselves. I always tell that to my daughter. You are your own person, and
unique.
You are unique.
You're one in a million.
One in a million, beautiful.
Yeah.
So why would you want to be like somebody else?
Chosen by God.
Chosen by God. Why would you want to be like somebody else?
Wonderfully made. Okay, let me not stop.
No, that's so true. No, I agree 100% with that. And I think God has also a purpose for us.
That was my next question. How do you understand the term purpose?
Purpose.
And do you think you're living your purpose for life? You're living in your purpose right now?
I think I'm living in my purpose.
Okay.
I know exactly where I stand with God and what He has chosen me to do.
Okay.
Yes, it's not perfect. Yeah. Yes, definitely. But then I can also be better. And then we're working on that. But the purpose for itself, you need to have a purpose. Okay. I don't think anybody can go through life without having a purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, then you need to start looking into, and you need to look at what really makes you happy. So I believe that everybody, if they follow that, to say that what really makes them happy, they will be living their purpose to the full of it, to the best of themselves. Yeah. So, and don't think that your purpose is another person's purpose, because we're different. For myself, I know there's a reason I was chosen for my husband and him for me. He brings something, I bring something.
And complement one another.
Exactly. So everybody does have that. Yeah. Everybody does that.
I'm with you on that, because I believe everyone has a purpose. Yeah. And I keep sharing on the podcast that if you still do not know your purpose, you don't need to beat yourself up. You don't need to. Just work on finding what your purpose is. I keep saying, give your best in that which you are currently doing, and that you might find your purpose in that as well.
Exactly. Because it's something simple. It's something really simple, something really that you would think, no, that's not a purpose. And it's actually that would be your purpose.
I laugh and smile because everyone has a purpose, yeah? I don't want to go Christian or Bible or preaching it, but I was thinking of it last week because I posted something like this similar on the podcast, and I was like, John the Baptist, the guy had purpose, but if you look at his lifestyle, where he used to eat locusts, that was not beautiful. He had a purpose.
Or staying in the desert or in the fields.
Exactly. But that was not glamorized. It's not something that everybody would be like, but he also did what he had to do.
And he did it to the best of his ability.
Even though it was not glamorized. Yeah. There was purpose. Not all purposes are going to be beautiful.
And I think some people also mistake it in the sense of they think their purpose means they need to shine always. It's not.
No, shine. You need to shine from within.
Yeah, for yourself. Yeah,
definitely. But not shine in terms of
being the celebrity or being the number one focus person. There are people that. Let me make an example. I want to use this because it's really good. Like a celebrity now, they wear the best clothes, they look good, but the tailor that made those clothes,
sometimes I don't even know.
You wouldn't know who that person is. But that was his purpose, to make beautiful clothes celebrity would wear one day. So he had his purpose. Yeah. He served it like to the best. And now people are like, wow, this person looks beautiful, but
not regarding the person that made the dress. Looking back, what are you most proud of in your life generally?
Good question, but I know the answer already. I'm so proud of my husband.
Aww.
He has.
You're such a good wife.
No, really, no. I think I'm proud of us. I'm proud of the decisions we took. I'm proud of that we could prove them wrong. Not anybody in particular,
not in a bad way,
and not in a bad way. But then we rise to the occasion of being different, and that has worked out so well for us. And then I'm so proud of my kids. My kids are I'm really proud of who they are becoming.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that a parent will always have. And I tell them that because I also don't want to be the parent that doesn't tell their kids I'm proud of them.
You.
Really proud of my husband. He's an inspiration
That's
to me.
Beautiful.
No, he is. If somebody would say who's your role model, I'll say my husband. Definitely. So yeah, that's and I'm proud of myself also. I'm also proud of myself because we're still here and we didn't lose our minds and go crazy. We kept the faith and we're still running that race. Yeah.